hope so.
Okay, so we have one onion that is already chopped, and I'm just going to put it aside. Now, here are the chickpeas. Tal and I put them in water and soaked them with baking soda because her mom told us to, and we always do what our moms say. Although we're going to find out why later because we're not quite sure why you do it. And I have 1 3/4 cup of chickpeas. Now, we also cooked them in water for 2 hours until they're soft, and that's a condition they come in if you open them from a can, so go ahead and use a can if you want. That's just fine. I just think it's more economical, and you get a lot more for your money, and with my big family, that's the way I like to do it. So if you can put half of this in the food processor, please. We're just gonna coarsely pulse it because we wanna have a couple different textures here. And we have the onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm chopping a couple tablespoons of fresh mint. One of the flavors I love in this food. Now let's see how you're doing over here. That's perfect. Now the food processor can be a little tricky. You good there, just trying it out? And then just pulse it till we get just like some chunks. A little bit more. Okay, great. Now we can take it out. Let me just show you a little trick here, since we're in the kitchen. I don't know, Tal, last time you were here, you got some skills, so we're gonna look at. See how I put my finger in the bottom of the food processor? That way, the blade doesn't come flying out. Little trick of the trade. So now we can go ahead and make the whole mixture. And I'm just gonna put it right back here on. Oops. Okay. Now, did I do that right? There you go. See? You know your way around. Let's put this whole onion in there, please, Tal. And 2 cloves of garlic I'm just gonna smash. We don't have to worry about getting this too small because we're gonna pulse it in the food processor. 2 cloves of garlic and a couple tablespoons of fresh mint. It's so great having you in the kitchen because it makes the job funner and easier. And then about a 1/4 cup of parsley. We don't need to get too fine on that either. Just scoop that up and get that.
It smells so good.
Doesn't it smell good?
And the parsley.
You start getting those fresh herbs in there, and that's what is so exciting about these flavors. And lemon. Gosh, lemon is something. Now, here's what I do with the lemon. I just squeeze it directly in because I don't want to get those seeds in there. As long as you got clean hands in the kitchen, you can do stuff like this. And then one more. Here, why don't you try the second?
This is such a good trick.
Isn't it a great trick? And then you just dry off your hands. And I don't know, I think hands are a great appliance or a tool in the kitchen whenever you can use them. And there's our little bowl. So we can get the rest of the chickpeas in, and then we start with our spices. And that is what gives falafel its fabulous flavor. In case you haven't had it, it's kind of like, it's sort of fast food. You kind of like little mini hamburgers, only there's no meat. It's 100% vegetarian, and it is layered with some sauce and sometimes some salad, and it's so good. So we have a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin. We have a 1/2 teaspoon of ground coriander. And 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. It's pretty, right? And it also smells.
So it's smelling like the real thing.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I love when I hit it on the mark. Okay, a little bit, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So this is it, right here. Let's just push this off. Now what we do is get this into a finer mode, actually, than that, because we want to have a couple different textures. So I'm gonna just pulse, but we also want to make sure we don't have big chunks. How's it looking? And then I'm just gonna take 1 second and get it down from the sides here. Ooh, see the moisture's coming out? It's starting to form a bit of a paste. Okay,
Ooh,
now we can pull it out carefully, and then you can just go ahead and grab it. Now, last thing we need is 1 egg, and I'm just gonna beat it. This is gonna bind together our mixture. And 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. So if your mind is starting to weave you through all these amazing flavors in here, you can imagine how this is gonna taste. So we'll put this in there, and that in there, and then I'm just gonna grab, you can use that, and let's mix it all up. You know what, Tal? I think I'm gonna add a little more sesame seed. I was too shy. So actually total of about 3 tablespoons, because I love that flavor. So we get this all mixed up and we get it chilled in the fridge for 30 minutes. Okay, great. And I'm doing them in batches. They just take a couple minutes per side. And Orit is